Hey, Abby.
Yeah, we're going to do that in a minute. Well, Jack wants to get on the treadmill. He's such a, I don't know how,
No, I'm just gonna go home.
he's such an athlete. He wants to get on the treadmill. Hey, come on, bud. We're going to do, today we're going to do Daniel and the Lion's Den.
No.
Daniel 6. This is out of
No.
Daniel chapter 6. And Jack's not too keen on doing the story today, but I think he'll love it. He just wants to go on the treadmill, which he can here in a few minutes if he just gives me a few minutes of his time. Come here, Jack.
No.
Come on.
No. Ow.
Hurry up.
No.
Come on, we're going to get it done.
No.
One more and when we're done. Hurry up now.
No.
Come on. You can see his little face in the background there. He's always so cooperative. Come on, hurry up.
No.
But he is quite intelligent. He does remember these stories.
Ow.
You would think he hated them, but he doesn't. Come on, Bowie.
No.
Okay. I'm ready. Jack, no. Okay, today's story is Daniel and the Lion's Den. And you can find that story in Daniel chapter 6. If lions had the gift of speech, there are some things that they could teach. There is one cat especially who could tell much to you and me. If he could talk, what would he say? His story could be told this way. Long, long ago in Babylon, a lot of things were going on. I'd lived each day with my small crew and did just what most lions do. You may well know, as an aside, a crew of us is called a pride. So here's a little pride. That's not a very big pride. That's only like three lions. Then trappers came for us one day. They caught us and took us away. They showed us the king, and then they put us in his lion's den. We all were very hungry when they threw a man into our den. Aha, I thought, it's time to eat. My pride rushed forward for this treat. I'd later learn why he was here, inside this place of raging fear. His name was Daniel, and he had some enemies who were quite mad. They put Daniel in the lion's den. Some people were a little upset with Daniel because he wouldn't bow down to Nebuchadnezzar. Do you remember that story?
I like the one with King Saul.
You like the King Saul story? I like that one too. What was King Saul's other name? Remember he had two names? Do you remember? It rhymed with Saul.
What is it?
Paul. Remember?
Yeah. No.
King Saul was also called Paul. First he was King Saul, then he turned into Paul. How's your strawberry eclair slush?
Good.
Or slime? Daniel was honored by the king, who gave him charge of everything. Those men with jealousy and hate had tried to seal poor Daniel's fate. They hatched a plan and tricked the king, who signed a really rotten thing. That awful law would not permit a prayer to God one little bit. Daniel wasn't allowed to pray to his God, which is our God. So they put him in the lion's den. Could you imagine if somebody put you in with a lion? Would you be scared?
No.
You wouldn't be scared of a lion?
Not if they kill me.
Hello? Nut. Would you be scared of a big, big lion with big teeth and claws?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you think Daniel felt like? I think Daniel was a little scared. Now, anyone who disobeyed, no matter to which God he prayed, would be arrested there and then and thrown into our fearsome den. Well, Daniel knew it wasn't right. He knew this law was done from spite. He kept on praying anyway to the true God 3 times a day. His enemies were watching then. They looked into his window when they saw, to their malicious glee, someone was praying It was he. These three guys were so ticked at Daniel, they were snooping and sneaking around and looking through his windows, trying to catch him praying to God. But Daniel didn't care. Did you know that? Daniel kept on praying.
I'm gonna drink it. Good.
Is it good? Is it tasty? I think you got it about as liquidy as it can get.
It's what? It's like slime, doesn't it?
It looks like slime, yeah. Can we show the people? Let's show them.
Guys, it looks like slime.
Right there. There's Jack's slime from his strawberry eclair. It melted. We did a story before this one, and it's been sitting there a while, hasn't it? But you're still enjoying it. They took him to the king, who said, "I surely don't want Daniel dead." Those evil men then pointed out, "He has to die without a doubt." The king was actually upset because the king really cared for Daniel, but the king couldn't go back on the law that he signed. The king agreed that this was true, so there was nothing he could do. He handed Daniel over then. That's how he got into our den. So actually, they're doing this story from the lion's perspective. This lion right here, this lion right here is the one who's telling the story. We're hearing the story from a lion. This is the lion talking. Can you believe it, Jack? The lion is actually talking. We're not hearing it from Daniel's perspective. This is from the lion's perspective.
Look.
Look here. Look at the lion. Look, this is the lion. Look, Jack. I know you're focused on your eclair, but look at this. This lion is the one who's telling the story. Can you believe it? Do lions talk?
No.
No, they don't talk. So how is he telling the story?
He's going to do it.
Is he going to chew Daniel? Is he going to chew on Daniel, do you think?
No.
Is he going to eat Daniel?
Look at y'all by yourself.
Yep, that's a cute picture of Yara. Okay.
No.
Almost done. We have 2 more pages. Look at
Yay.
this. Yay! 2 more pages. As we were rushing for the feast, and here we are again, the lion.
Watch your story.
Here we are again, the lion is Jack. Jack, get up here. We're almost done. Get up here.
Watch your story.
Hey, get up here. We're almost done. Here are the lions talking again. So listen to what the lion is saying.
What?
As we were rushing for the feast, he was thinking of Daniel as the feast. That means a meal. He was thinking he was gonna eat Daniel. Look here. Look at this. But what do you see over here? What do you see over here, Jack?
Tell me that.
I can't take it. What do you see over here? Look here. Over here. Come here. Look at me forcing you to read this. What is that? What's that look like? Is that an angel?
No.
That is an angel. Look, it has little wings. Sort of. Hold on. Look, there's a little angel in the lion's den. Jack, get up off my seat. I'm going to sit on you. I'm going to sit on you. I'm sitting on him.
I want you to do that.
Get up.
No.
As we were rushing for the feast, we couldn't touch him in the least. God sent his angel here, and he was far more powerful than we.
No.
So God's angel was stronger than those lions, and God's angel didn't let those lions touch Daniel. We couldn't hurt Daniel because God closed our mouths and sheathed our claws. So when the king came here to see, Daniel was healthy. I'm not sitting on top of you. I will smush you. I will smush you. Daniel was healthy as could be, so I'm going to squeeze in here. So Daniel wasn't touched at all. He wasn't harmed at all. I'm not sitting on you. I'll squish you.
Sit on me.
You sit here. So here's Daniel, just as safe as can be with the lions. And you know I have dreams about lions. Have I told you that before?
No.
Lions are in my nightmares. I don't know why, but I do. Oh, look at this one. He's licking his little paw. Poor little lion. He didn't get anything to eat. He didn't get to eat. Daniel. Let's see. The lion is licking his paw. Oh, look at that. He says, I'm sure you're glad Daniel got free, and you should be. But think of me. You can imagine how I feel. That day I missed a tasty meal. So this lion's thinking he's going to get old Daniel as a good old tasty meal. You know how disappointing it is when you see a big feast in front of you and you can't eat it? If you have a big old meal, what's your favorite meal? What would be your favorite thing to eat in the whole wide world? What is your favorite thing to eat? Strawberry eclairs? What do you think?
I think it's a lion.
You think you'd like a lion to eat? That makes absolutely no sense. Sit down. They can't see you. They can't even see your cute little face. But it was all right, if you please. Remember Daniel's enemies. The king threw in those evil men, so there was feasting in our den. So, guess who got thrown into the lion's den after all? It was those 3 men who wanted Daniel there for praying to our God. So, in the end, the people who tried to cause harm to Daniel will get their, what do they call them? Their just desserts or something like that. So, it's kind of like the same way nowadays. What goes around comes around. What we sow, we reap. So if we sow goodness and love and kindness, that's what we will receive. That's what we reap. If we sow hatred and anger and jealousy and not showing love to people and being mean, guess what we receive? I am talking to all the people of Talk Time.
No.
So, hey, don't you shut that camera off. Don't you I'm just gonna grab you. I'm gonna grab you, Jack.
They can see you.
They still can see me, yes. Can they see you? Is your face in there? Can they see you? So anyway, what I was saying, I'm gonna keep on talking just to annoy Jack. I'm just gonna keep on talking, Jack. I'm just going to keep on talking.
No
yep,
talking.
I'm talking. I'm just talking. Thanks for joining Jack and I today for the story of Daniel and the lion's den. He's on the treadmill, and I'm trying to just, quietly speak here. I'm talking to the people at Talk Time. So, anywho. This story, it says here in one little section, it says, in this story we learn that sometimes bad things happen to good people. Sometimes even the most faithful Christians, wait, I'm going to do it again. In this story we learn that sometimes bad things happen to even good people. The most faithful Christians can still find themselves in a cold pit. They can still find themselves in a dark place. But the one fantastic thing is that we have God that will bring the light into every situation. Even if this story had ended differently, because many times the people in the Bible that followed God ended up dying. But it doesn't matter, because in the end, I see it, it's still going. In the end, they can still have life. Even if we die in this life, we still have life with God. And Daniel didn't waver from his faith. He entrusted God no matter what happened.
Hey, Abby, will you go out there and read?
Well, I'm not going to go out and read by the treadmill. You go ahead. I'm just going to talk to the people for a minute. Okay? So, even if the story had ended differently, it would not have changed Daniel's faith. Because it says here, there's quite a few people. John the Baptist ended up dying. They cut his head off, and I believe Stephen was stoned to death. So, just because we are followers of Christ, that is no guarantee that we will live a happy, wonderful, carefree life, because we're not going to. It just means that God is right there with us, and if we allow him to, he will bring light into that dark situation. We can find hope where there is only despair. So God is with us. God was with Daniel, and whether that is a literal story of actual lions, or if the lions represent the things in this life that happens to us each and every day, we need to remember to have faith in Jesus Christ, and all will be well. Maybe not in this life, but the next. So, thanks for joining Jack and I today. All of you have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time on Talk Time.